Let me tell you something that will make you uncomfortable. You are not broke because of your job. You are not broke because of the economy. You are not broke because life is unfair. You are broke because somewhere along the way, someone convinced you that you were a chicken, and you believed them. This is the story of an eagle who lived his entire life on the ground, not because he couldn't fly, but because nobody ever told him he could. And if you listen carefully, you might realize this story is not about an eagle at all. It's about you. High up on a mountain cliff, in a nest built between sharp rocks and cold wind, an eagle laid 3 eggs. She watched over them day and night. She fought off snakes. She shielded them from storms. She kept them warm with her own body when the temperature dropped below freezing. But one night, a terrible storm hit the mountain. The wind was violent. The rain was brutal. Thunder cracked the sky open like a broken mirror. The mother eagle held on to her nest with everything she had. But one egg rolled. It slipped from the edge of the nest and fell down the mountain. It bounced off rocks. It tumbled through bush. It rolled through mud and dirt and grass. And it landed softly in a chicken coop at the bottom of the mountain, right between a dozen chicken eggs. When the farmer came out the next morning, he saw the extra egg. It was bigger. It was different. It didn't look like the others. But the farmer shrugged. "Must be a big chicken egg," he said, and he left it there. Weeks later, the egg hatched. Out came a baby eagle. But he didn't know he was an eagle. He opened his eyes, and the first thing he saw was chickens. Everywhere, pecking the ground, clucking softly, walking in circles inside a wooden fence. So he did what any newborn does. He copied them. He pecked the ground like they did. He clucked like they did. He walked in small circles inside the fence like they did. The chickens accepted him, sort of. "He's a strange-looking chicken," they whispered. "His beak is too sharp. His feet are too big. His eyes are too intense." But since he acted like them, they let him stay. And the baby eagle grew up believing one thing with absolute certainty. He was a chicken. As months passed, the eagle grew bigger, much bigger than the others. His wings were wider. His talons were sharper. His chest was broader. His eyes could see things that no chicken could see. He could spot a mouse moving in the grass from across the entire farm. But none of that mattered, because every time he felt something different inside himself, the chickens corrected him. One day, he stretched his wings wide. They felt powerful. They felt like they were made for something bigger than this fence. An old hen saw him and laughed. "What are you doing?" "Put those away. Chickens don't stretch their wings like that. You look ridiculous." He folded his wings immediately. Another day, he tried to jump on top of the fence post. He wanted to see what was beyond the farm. Something inside him was pulling him upward. A rooster mocked him instantly. "Get down from there. Who do you think you are? You're a chicken. Chickens stay on the ground. That's where we belong." He jumped down. And every single day, piece by piece, word by word, laugh by laugh, the chickens chipped away at his true identity. They didn't do it because they were evil. They did it because they genuinely believed that the ground was all there was. They had never seen the sky, so they couldn't teach him to fly. They had never felt the wind beneath their wings, so they couldn't tell him about soaring. They had never hunted from above, so they couldn't explain the view from the top. They gave him the only truth they knew, and their truth was a cage. Years passed. The eagle was now fully grown. Massive wings, golden eyes, a body built for the sky. But he spent his days pecking at corn on the ground. He slept in a chicken coop. He ate chicken feed. He walked in circles inside a fence that he could have flown over in half a second. He was the most powerful bird on that entire farm, and also the most miserable, because deep inside, something never stopped whispering, "This is not who you are." He felt it when the wind blew hard and his wings trembled. He felt it when he looked up at the sky and something in his chest ached. He felt it when he watched the clouds move above him and his heart beat faster for no reason. But every time that whisper came, he pushed it down. Because the chickens had taught him the most dangerous lesson in the world: stay small, stay safe, stay on the ground. One afternoon, something happened that shattered everything. The eagle was pecking at the ground as usual when a shadow passed over the farm. He looked up, and what he saw stopped his heart. High above the clouds, soaring in wide, effortless circles, was the most magnificent creature he had ever seen. It was another eagle, a real eagle, free, powerful, untouchable. Its wings were spread wide, catching the wind without a single flap. It moved through the sky like the sky was made for it. It owned the air. It commanded the heavens. The eagle on the ground felt his whole body tremble. His wings opened on their own. His talons gripped the dirt. His heartbeat was so loud he could hear it in his ears. For the first time in his life, he felt something he couldn't explain: recognition. He turned to the old hen standing next to him. "What is that?" he whispered. The old hen barely looked up. "That's an eagle, king of the birds, master of the sky." Her voice was flat, unimpressed, bored. "But don't waste your time looking up there. That's not for us. We're just chickens. We live down here." The eagle looked at her. Then he looked back up at the sky. The real eagle was still soaring, free, alive, limitless, and something cracked open inside him. He didn't argue with the old hen. He didn't try to convince the chickens. He didn't ask for permission. He just opened his wings, all the way. The chickens gasped. "What are you doing? Stop that right now. You're going to hurt yourself. You are a chicken?" He heard every word. He felt every doubt. Years of conditioning screamed at him to fold his wings and get back in line. But he didn't. He flapped once. Dust exploded around him. The chickens scattered in panic. He flapped again. His feet left the ground. For the first time in his life, he felt air beneath him instead of dirt. He flapped a third time, and he rose. Above the fence, above the coop, above the farm, above the trees. Higher and higher and higher. The wind hit his face, and something inside him broke open like a dam. This was it. This was what the whisper had been saying all along. He was never a chicken. He was never meant for the ground. He was never meant for the fence. He was built for the sky. And the sky had been waiting for him his entire life. Below him, the chickens watched with open beaks. They couldn't understand. They couldn't follow. They couldn't fly. Not because they were bad, but because they were chickens. The ground was their truth. The fence was their world. And they were never going to see beyond it. The eagle didn't hate them. He didn't blame them. But he would never go back. He soared higher. The farm became a tiny square below him. The mountain where he was born appeared in the distance. The whole world opened up beneath his wings. And for the first time in his life, the eagle smiled. Not because he was above the chickens, but because he was finally being who he always was. This story is not about a bird. It is about you. Right now, you are living inside someone else's fence. You are pecking at the ground because everyone around you is pecking at the ground. You are staying small because the people around you are small, not because they are bad people, but because their truth is not your truth. Their ceiling is not your ceiling. Their limit is not your limit. You feel it, don't you? That whisper inside you, it says this is not all there is. That whisper is not lying. The chickens in your life will tell you to stay down. They will laugh when you stretch your wings. They will call you crazy when you try to fly. Let them, because you were never a chicken. You were always the eagle. The only thing standing between you and the sky is the belief that you belong on the ground. Drop that belief today. Open your wings and fly. Because the sky has been waiting for you your entire life. You don't need permission to become who you were born to be. You just need the courage to stop being who they told you to be.